Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Diamond's Marvel Select Crimson Dynamo, and a huge shout out to Diamond Select for making this review possible. But as you can see, it comes in the typical Marvel Legends style packaging with some awesome artwork of Crimson Dynamo. But let's go ahead and get Crimson Dynamo out of the package. Straight out of the package, Crimson Dynamo comes with a pair of fist hands equipped. We also get a pair of gripping hands. We also get some open palm, expressive, almost like wrestling type of hands. The final pair of hands that we get are probably some of my favorite hands because they have effects built into them. So you just have him blasting away with both of his hands and the effects look awesome. As you can see, the effects on each hand are different. They're sculpted really well. Nice translucent red. The hands are sculpted in there, painted very well. I mean, they look awesome. Now, the tips of these, they're pretty solid. You're not going to worry about droopage, but it is a little bit pliable towards the tip. So if you're going to be having them stored away or something like that, these may bend out of shape, but you can fix them no problem. But the rest of it is pretty solid. Crimson Dynamo comes with a alternate head with interchangeable faceplates, so you can have your Crimson Dynamo displayed how you would want him to be displayed. As you can see, he's got the little vent holes for his mouth, a little bit of black wash in there. His eyes would be black, but he has little white pupils, or whatever you'd want to call those, in there. The helmet looks nice. Rivets sort of sculpted. They're not, I guess not really rivets, but there's sculpt work going around the helmet looking really nice. And the metallic paint they used is awesome. There's a little bit of dark dry brushing on there to add some shading to the helmet as well. But just a really solid head sculpt of the helmeted head. Here we have the more modern faceplate equipped. Still got the black wash in the little slits of the mouth. And instead of two separate eyes, he has sort of the Cyclops looking eye painted orange. Looking really nice. Just so you guys can see, this is how the face plates pop on. They just pop off the helmet, and then the other side has two little pegs, and they peg in on each side right there. The final head sculpt that we get is a effect head sculpt, or face plate, should I say, and it looks awesome. It's just blasting out his eyes. And the great thing about this is you can't really tell which version they were sort of going off of, if it's the single visor or the double eyes, because it's just covered in effect piece. And the effect is sculpted really nice. And what's great about it is it's not all like flat and perfect. It's just power just pouring out of his eyes. And just looks great. Here we have an up-close look at Crimson Dynamo, and the head sculpt that comes equipped is the unhelmeted head sculpt, and they nailed this head sculpt. It is a beautiful sculpt. Paintwork is clean, looking awesome. Definitely looks like some YouTubers that I know, but looks just badass. Like sculpt work in the ear, everything about this head sculpt is nice and clean. And I love what they do with the neck underneath. It's all sculpted and everything. It's just sculpt work throughout, and he's just all this metallic maroon color. The big old gears on the side. I call these shoulders the pauldrons gears, and there is like darker like dry brushing or airbrushing to add some shading too. But the overall sculpt in this guy, he has a belly button peeking through his armor. Just looking really clean. Really clean. Sculpt is nice. It's one of those bigger Marvel Select figures that you want to have in your collection. I didn't get Titanium Man. Wish I would have, because they would have looked great next to each other. But, I mean, again, the sculpt is very, very nice. Musculature is pretty solid. Boots have that darker airbrushing throughout as well. Sculpted in soles. Like, this dude's nice. Let's go ahead and dive into some articulation, as some of you guys want to know. Articulation. So he can look down quite a bit. He can look up quite a bit. He can do the little movement. Full 360. Don't know why you'd need his head to do that, but you can. You can do you get lots of attitude this way. I was just seeing if you could do. Yeah, you could do the little Night at the Roxbury. What's really cool about this figure is the pauldrons. They actually move with the arms. And if you want, you need to get them to go up, higher up. You know, you get all that, and it just rotates around. So it clears the arm. It's very nice. It's got the single hinge, so he can get in the T-pose and stuff like that. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow. That's where it sort of missed the marker a little bit. That's as much bend as you're getting out of the elbow. Wish you could get a little bit more. Wrist rotation, of course, wrist bend in there. You can see the hinge. He's got the ab area. His crunch forward is not too much. Can crunch back quite a bit. Not too bad a gappage. Don't know if he has no waist swivel. He has thigh cuts. You can see them right there. You can do Spartan kick, kick to the side, single jointed knees. Oh, and the elbows do this as well. They both will pivot with that single joint. No boot cut, but we get an ankle bend and a nice pivot. Correction, I said there's no boot cut, but there is. It's the ball down there, so you get it right there. Also found out the waist swivel was tight, so once I got it, it does have a waist swivel. Even with his single jointed elbows and knees, you can still get him into some good poses. Crimson Dynamo's balance game is on point. You can have him just charging after somebody, reaching his arm out, trying to touch somebody or grab them. Now it's time for some comparisons. We got ourselves the Marvel Select Captain America, and we got Diamond Select's Iron Giant. We also have some size comparison with some Animal Warriors of the Kingdom and Savage Crucible figures. The final size comparison, I busted out a Cosmic Legion, which looks great, but I also wanted to bust out a Marvel Legends Iron Man. And I like how he scales with the Iron Man because he has been portrayed as a larger character, and I feel like that scales really well with the Marvel Legends Iron Man figures. So overall, Crimson Dynamo is a solid release from Diamond with their Marvel Select figures. They're just knocking them out of the park. Sure, I would have loved to have double jointed elbows and knees, but overall, this is a big figure. Sculpt is great, paintwork is great, tons of effects and hands and face plates to really make it your own. So you can have a lot of fun with this figure, and in my opinion, it's one of those must-haves like Titanium Man, the Hulks, the new Captain America, the Fantastic Four. Like, I could go on because Diamond's been knocking figures out of the park left and right. And this Crimson Dynamo is fantastic, and it looks great, and you can have a lot of fun with it, with figure photography, and just have an overall great shelf presence if you wanted to set up a little display like I'm showing right now. And that sums up my unboxing and review of Diamond's Marvel Select Crimson Dynamo. If you guys are enjoying my content, hit that like button. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button as it helps the channel evolve and grow. Hit the silver bell notification so you know when I post up a new review or video, or just go live for State of the Art every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and you can come hang out, chat it up with us as we talk about action figures and toy news, and when we have guests on. So make sure you check it out, and make sure you guys go show some love to Diamond. All their information is going to be down below in case you want to pick up a Crimson Dynamo yourself. And most importantly, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.